Good morning, everybody. So today I am hitting up a bunch of Goodwills. I haven't done this Goodwill circuit in ages, it feels like. I have a special guest behind me. Behind my head is my child. So he's coming with me today. Last time I took him shopping, he was my good luck charm. So we'll see today if that's the case again, and we'll also see how long he lasts. But monster trucks are in it for him, so he's more excited to join me today. So anyways, can't wait to see what I find as I hit up probably 4 or 5 Goodwills. So apparently we are getting ready for Halloween already, and I am not up for it yet. I can't believe the seasons are like 2 seconds away. I kind of was digging this skeleton until I saw that he is $20, which seems a little steep. So I'm in the wood aisle, and I found this ginormous peg rack. My gift. That's kind of weird. So maybe it's newer. It's $3.99. I'm definitely gonna get it, assuming it has the hanging mechanisms. It does. Sometimes they go missing, so you gotta keep that in mind when you look. I also kind of like this. Looks like it might have been handmade. Looks like there's a signature on the back. $2.99. It says as is. Oh, maybe because of that. I don't know if that's a game changer. Probably could fill it in and paint over it. Okay, I gotta decide on this. You guys, I think this might be one of those, those like accordion tambour type of pieces. My guess is it would have been for cassettes back in the day. So these can be really valuable. But I don't know if the cassette style ones are as valuable. But I think I might get it even though it has all that rough wear on it. Oh, jeez. A little unpredictable. Okay, so I think I'm gonna get this guy too. This is a cute little box with the sun on it. And it's $2.99. Hardware works. Seems clean inside. So I'm gonna get this for sure too. Wow, I'm definitely hitting the wood lottery today. Also, my child is sitting there, so that means I have to put everything below. Cute little fish. Although I'm not as into the tropical fish like this, as kind of more the plain, maybe like river fish, if that makes sense. I'm not sure what this guy is. Ooh, it says teak. Oh, I think it's like a desk organizer. Like you could put like papers or cards here, pens, and then maybe paper clips. Okay, $2.99, definitely gonna get this. Well, speaking of river fish, that looks like a trout to me. Wow, $3.99. Okay, I'm getting this guy too. Look at my wood pile. This wood aisle is totally delivering today. So I just pulled this off the shelf. It is one of those like traveling artist easels for $14.99. It has a handle. I feel like that's such a good deal for this. Do I need it? Oh, okay, I think I may put it in the cart and just see. Ooh, and then I also spotted a bunch of these beautiful trivets for vases and pots. I like the ornate style of them. Moving on to the metal aisle. I love these candle holders, even though they're like a silver color, but they're very ornate. They are $20 each. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Oh, and look at these pewter ones are kind of great. I like these. These are $3.99. I kind of like these a little bit better almost because they're so simplistic. Now, I have never really branched off into this style, so I'm not sure how they would do, but I feel like for $3.99 it would be worth the gamble. I think I'm gonna get this guy too. Even though he's a little bit more shellacked, I like the little scallop top, and I'm putting together another eclectic set. So these should be in the metal aisle, and I'm pretty sure they are a base to a much taller candle holder. I feel like. Maybe not. Oh no, they're like this. This is what they do. They're the wrong direction. They're supposed to sit like this because that's a very flat, like intentional surface. Okay, I think I'm gonna get these. You guys, I am absolutely gutted because this vase is so beautiful. Look at all of that. Oh, but it has a really significant chip right there. So I won't be buying it. But it's beautiful. And then down here is another very interesting like pedestal platter thing. And it is $3.99. Like the colors actually, and the fact that it has like this like cracking effect. Okay, so I think I'm definitely gonna get this one. And then there's this one too, but I don't know. It's not super special, I feel like. And purple's a little bit of a hard sell for me. I had to vacate my child because I'm finding too many things like this awesome ceramic planter. You guys saw this. I got this little wood like pen holder. I just thought it was really cool. And I'll show you the other pottery pieces I'm getting. So I'm gonna grab this one because I think it's really pretty. It's $6.99, a little more than I want to spend, but it just has a really nice feel. I'm thinking about getting this because, you know, the fall season is coming and it kind of is giving me fall vibes. It says as is, so I'm assuming they mean maybe that icky stuff there. And then I think I also may get these. So they're 10 a piece, handmade candle holders, and they're just so interesting. This may be the sweetest little thing I've ever seen. $3.99. I do not need this, but the heart wants what the heart wants. Yay, I've been on the hunt for these because they sell really well during the holiday season because, you know, they look like snowballs, or rather I should say ice balls. So maybe there's more. I gotta now scour all of this aisle. This isn't vintage, but how cute is this little mug? It's adorable. This little face. I know I'm not supposed to be in the lamp aisle because I regret every lamp I pick up, but this one, I kind of am digging it, like the gold and like the plaster look at $7.99. Last year I sold a lot of napkin holders around the holidays, as you can expect. And this is a bag, $6.99. And I do really like the little sheep. I mean, I'm assuming they're sheep. I don't know actually what animal they are, but they're wood and they seem like they're in good shape. So I'm gonna get the whole set. So I managed to fill a cart inside there. Underneath, I think I'm gonna end up passing on the easel for $14.99 just because I don't really need it. It is a good price though. But I did get so many other things. I feel like I need to be a little bit choosy because this is our first stop and I have done so well. Holy moly, look at this lamp. Now that is a vibe. The 1800s grandma in me loves a rocking chair. They're just so comfy, but they do not sell. I picked up one. It was a really cool style and has not sold. So lesson learned, not everyone is an 1800s grandma like me. I saw this amazing sculpture from across the way. It's $40, unless yellow is half off. Has Austin, 1981. I looked it up. Comps are higher, like over 100, but there's not a lot of solds, mostly just priced high, so I don't know how well it would do. It's a very specific style, so I think I'm gonna pass on it unless it's a yellow tag half off. So that first stop totally delivered. I got a box full of stuff, and that is the one Goodwill store that when I start this like loop that I do is always deeply disappointing. But today apparently it was making up for all the times that I left empty-handed. So stop number 2 we're heading into right now, and hopefully we continue all this good luck. So these are pretty, probably newer. Yep, Crate and Barrel. And how much are they a piece? $7.99. Yeah. That's a little steep for me, but given that fall is around the corner, I'm kind of on the hunt for amber glass stuff. Look at this bird sculpture. Oh my dear Lord, that is beautiful. Okay, I gotta check it over to make sure there's nothing like too broken. I mean, there's a little bit of thing there, and see how much it is. Yeah, I feel like I could probably fill that in, but that is stunning. This plate is very cool. $6.99. It's very nicely made. And then this is kind of cute in a weird, creepy way. At first I was like, oh, those are little like people. No, they're dead ghosts. Like, look at the X's on their eyes. So yeah, it went from adorable to creepy very quickly. And these are some hand-blown glass pieces. So they're kind of neat. I don't pick up a lot of pieces like this that are like the glass plates. I have no idea how they do. But I wonder what this is. Just a trivet? Because it's not like a candle holder, right? I don't know. This is cute. Look at that one. It's adorable. It feels kind of Japanese to me because it's so simplistic. So I just pulled this asparagus off the shelf. It's only $2.99. It's plaster, like painted plaster, but you know, this type of food stuff, cabbage, it's still really big. And then I also got this cute stack of pink maple leaves, which I thought were really cute. So $6.99 for all of those. So I was intrigued by this, but I've determined it really just looks like poop. Sorry to be gross. But I'm not sure what they were thinking when they chose the colors in the swirl. But I think I probably will get this guy because it's only $4.99 and it has so much beautiful detail and it's largely untarnished, which is amazing. So I'm not usually one for snow globes, but this one from Eddie Bauer 2006 is actually quite sweet, and it's basically vintage now because 2026 is next year. I think I just like the bright colors and the wood base. So I think I may get it for my Christmas drop. Man, if this wasn't so busted up, I would be getting it because it's so funky, but has a chipped off part there and a chipped part there when I pulled it off to look at the price. So that's a bummer because I really do like it. So 2006 seemed to be a popular year for snow globes, apparently. This is why another reason why I don't like snow globes is because over time they get so cloudy and gross like this. So, oh, here's another one. This one's kind of cute. Oh, and then some bells. Yeah, a lot of Christmas stuff right now. Some Santa mugs, although these ones are threshold, so they are not vintage, but they are still pretty cute. So I just pulled this cute little pedestal bowl off of a new cart. And now I'm in the wood aisle and I spy over here some myrtle wood. So I'll have to see what the prices are on those. Okay, so the bummer about these is this one does not have its test tube and it has a little bit of the shellac chipping away. And then this one has its test tube, but the shellac is coming off. So fortunately, passing on both of those. I just pulled this off of the wood aisle shelf. It's $7.99. It kind of accordions out. It's from Holland. It's really good. This is adorable. I love how the bowl nests on top and just the little florals are so sweet. Well, something I definitely don't need are all these little faux florals, but how cute are they? I mean, I'm losing my mind. Tied around like a napkin. Huh. Oh, another thing I want to entertain with. I am going to get these wooden napkin rings though. So I thought this was a print, but no. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell on the screen, but this is definitely painted. At least parts of it are, because you can see the raised paint. That is adorable. Like, I can't even, it's so cute. OMG, look at this needlepoint. Everyone needs to stop. Well, you are watching, so you've stopped. So I stopped when I saw this. It is crazy good. So why do I want all the food things today? This is adorable too. Look at the mushrooms. Look at this table, you guys. It is wonderful. 30. Look at the legs. So I got that table. It's just too good. Too good. And I asked the group of gals and my mom, and they're like, you should get it. It's so good. So yeah, for 30 bucks. What? And the top is in great shape. So the legs have a little bit of wear, but the top is perfect, which, you know, is always the first place then usually needs refinishing because like water stains. I also just found this and it is adorable and it's part of a set. I don't like the other set as much, but these birds are so cute. So here's a close-up of these adorable birds. And I believe this is the same person. Like the framing and matting on these is wonderful. Like so good. So good. But I don't really like the hippo as much as I think the birds are so sweet. Here's some more. There's a bear. And that pig is actually quite sweet. So I'm such a dope. I did not clear out my car before we hit the road. And I have 1,000 boxes in my car that I got from a friend. And now I have to somehow fit a piece of furniture in the car as well. And I have my son with me today, which means I can't use his seat. I should have cleared out the car before I left. So I just arrived to Goodwill number 3. This one is teeny tiny, but I have had some good luck here. So I'm kind of hoping for maybe not too good luck actually, because the car is basically full. This candle holder is really interesting. I like the detail in the middle there that looks kind of like eyeballs. I feel like it might be like a world market type thing. So I don't know. Also, I don't see a price tag on it. This is a nice little wooden catch-all tray. Oh, Butch Angie, $1.99. Okay, I think I'm gonna get this. This is kind of interesting. I think it's a palm tree. I guess it, oh yeah, that hole probably allows it to hang on the wall. I don't know. I mean, it's very cool, but I'm not really sure about this piece because it feels very tropical. And I'm not sure how many people would be in the market for it. Oh, that's a little person. Oh, he's climbing the tree. Well, that's kind of cute. More vintage cassette organizers. This is the second set I have found today at a thrift store. So the first one I went to had this exact set too, which is kind of funny how I never see these. And then today I'm finding a bunch of them. But not a ton in the wood aisle today. I mean, that's kind of a nice candle holder, I guess. Kind of bare bones. Oh, and then this is like, I think, a puzzle thing. This is kind of cute. Like a jewelry case. This duck is adorable. $4.99. I think it's made in Mexico. Okay, I've never really come across one with the brass bottom. Usually I find these and they have the silver tone. So I think I'm gonna get it, $4.99. This is a nice wicker hamper. I thought it was newer because it had the tag on it, but no, I think this might be an older tag. So $7.99. I don't really need it. Oh yeah, it's very dusty and dirty inside. These are really cute. There's a pair of them. They're $3.99. And they are, looks like made in Japan. A cute little souvenir box for $2.99. Looks to be in pretty good shape. I need to vacuum it out. But all the inlay seems to be intact. And I do like the way they did the corners. So thankfully I only found a couple items. So I can fit these in my car, but man, I am so bummed by all the holiday stuff because it displaces all the other good stuff that I could sell all year round rather than the seasonal items. So this is the beginning of when the aisles are kind of a mess and things are less organized at the thrift stores. Walking into Goodwill stop number 4, and every Halloween, Goodwills like to put these giant inflatable spiders on top to scare us all to death. This bowl is really well made, but I feel like the colors are just a little too boring. It's $3.99. I may send it to a friend who knows a lot about pottery and see if it's someone special. Love this wooden box. I sell these Indian rosewood boxes a lot, but this is the first time I've found this shape before. So $3.99, definitely coming home. This is a beautiful dish. Last time I picked up something like this, it hasn't sold, so I'll probably pass on it, but I really like the shape and all the gold detail. I can't believe how many of these dogs are here. This is a crazy, crazy collection. Oh my goodness, someone probably worked really hard on this, and now it just ended up all at the Goodwill. So this guy is insane because it's actually from Italy. So someone saw this there on their vacation and was like, you know what, of all the pottery in Italy, this is the one that speaks to me. This is the sweetest little pot. It's 99 cents. I am putting together holiday gift bags. I'm already thinking about them, and I feel like this would be great in one of those. Some really beautiful pottery. This one is newer, although I still like the design on it. I think it's very cool. Ceramic, like the little jewel things here. This is so cool. It has a little bit of a chip right here, which I don't know if that's a game changer, and it has all these like holes in it, but I think it's Reiku or Raku. And then this one probably had a lid and like a scoop. I think it was a soup tureen. But it's really, really lovely. I may get this one even though it has a little chip. So I had no idea what this was when I pulled it off the shelf, but it's a Victorian viewing jar. And they actually are quite valuable when you look at comps. So I thought it was awesome, but I thought it was a candle holder at first, but no. It's even cooler. So I thought this vase was cool. Look at this one. Look at the colors and look at this giant round thing. $6.99. It's insane. These types of blankets with the fringe are really popular again, depending on the style. And I was like, ooh, a holiday one. But it has some staining there. I'm not sure I could get that out, which is a bummer. This is a beautiful pot, and yeah, it looks handmade. $12.99 though, so more expensive than the other ones. And I don't know, it's just not exciting to me after finding these two crazy ones. This one looks kind of whatevs. These are lovely, and there seems to be 2 sets of 6, which is awesome. And they're in really good shape. Let's see how much they are. $3.99. Okay, I'm gonna get both sets. So I'm out running errands, and you guys know what that means. I'm gonna go to the thrift store. Every time I'm out on the road, I have to make a stop. So we'll see if I find anything good today. This is really cute. I thought it was wood, but it's actually painted metal, and I love the florals on top, so I think I'm gonna get it. I'm always on the hunt for brass Christmas stuff, and these stocking holders are great. And then this guy is kind of fun too. It's a little Christmas tree, but these little things down here, I guess they're elves? Or no, maybe they have hats on, and that's why their heads look like weird aliens. This is kind of cute because it's Andy Warhol Campbell Soup crayons. Now, it is dented on the side, but I'm wondering if I could pop that out, because I am a huge Andy Warhol fan, as you can imagine, because I love color. $6.99. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can pop this out by taking the top off. So the one area closest to the front looks a little better. That still looks rough, but I feel like my husband has stronger thumbs to pop it out. So I think I may get it because I think that's just really cute and colorful. This is absolutely beautiful, but $25 is a little steep. So I'll pass on it, but the colors are magnificent. Well, isn't this the loveliest little stack of bowls? It's almost like someone styled it on the shelf. They're all a little worn, so I won't be getting them. But stacked up like that, they look really cute. It's kind of a nice tray. I'm not sure why it has notches. Is that for maybe chopsticks or something? Because it's not for cigarettes. Most likely, since this is wood. I don't know if it's newer though. I feel like it could be newer. So a few times a year I've been contributing to some articles on like marthastewart.com or Spruce or Apartment Therapy, and the first one I ever contributed to as an expert was on these cats. So I think it's crazy I'm finding one here. This is the first time I've ever found one at the thrift store. He's $24.99, so yikes. I come across these vases all the time, but never have I found this style. It says it was pine scented. Oh my goodness, did they really scent pottery back in the day? Oh, that would have been my worst nightmare as someone who hates fragrance. This is a nice little basket. I actually have something similar that had coasters in it. This says the Mayhill Museum in Washington, so I don't know if it's supposed to hold anything. Let's see inside. So yeah, no coasters. I guess it's just cute. This is a really pretty embroidery, but looks like there's a lot of staining. I wonder if I can get that out. I found some frames with matting in it and no art, and they're $3.99 each. And I have, you guys know, a lot of art to frame. And then this one has art in it, but I think I can just take that out and use it to frame all the things I have. So I'm in the bag aisle and just found 2 teeny tiny ceramic pigs. So of course I have to get them. This is adorable. It's a little stone, I guess, catch-all, and it has a bird. That's so cute. It's $3.99. I love the apples on this, especially knowing we're going into apple season soon. But this is made in Japan, $5.99. I'll probably not pick it up, but it makes me really want fresh fall apples. Hey everyone, so we're back in my studio space. Now before we get into the haul and I show you what's gonna be listed on Etsy, I just wanna bring Corporate Andi out. And Corporate Andi is telling you that the year is almost over and we are heading into the most lucrative time of the year to be a reseller and really a business owner in general selling a good. We're just happen to sell vintage. So if you're selling any sort of product, you have to know. The end of the year is when you make a large percentage of your money. If you have a vintage booth, the end of the year is when oftentimes you make up for those months that were kind of not so stellar in the beginning of the year, in the summer months when people aren't going shopping as much. We're heading into this time period where you will make usually the most money for your business. It's also the most money I will make on YouTube in terms of ad revenue happens at this part of the year. So this part of the year, as soon as summer's over, is like crunch time. And so there's a few things that are going to be a focus for me. And so I thought I would just tell you about them because you might be curious. One is to make sure that I have a very stocked booth and I have a very stocked Etsy shop because I want to make sure that all the inventory that I have not dealt with is going to go somewhere. And you should be doing this throughout the year anyways, but the end of the year is very important. So you got to get your ducks in the row. I'm not trying not to scare you, but I'm also trying to like light a fire under you. If you've been like just like coasting in the summer like we all do, and we're like, you want to make sure you're going to hit those income milestones if those are important to you, since we're heading into that part of the season. And then in terms of YouTube, I have some pretty exciting content coming up that I think should perform well on the algorithm. And so that's some of the content that I'm going to focus on towards the end of the year, because the end of the year, it's amazing how much more money you make at the end of the year when obviously brands and companies are spending more heading into the holidays. And so I will want to make sure that I hit my best, what I perceive as going to be my best performing videos. Like, that's when those suckers are going to go live. So that video that I've been teasing about, maybe how I became a full-time content creator, vintage reseller, like that whole journey, that's probably going to drop in the months that I probably will get the most ad revenue for them. And that is the strategy. And so that's why I've been kind of sitting on, there's certain things I've been sitting on because I want to make sure I am timing the ad revenue potential appropriately. So anyways, that's just me getting into the weeds, but I want to encourage you guys to please subscribe to my channel. I never ask this of you guys, ever. I never do. I just let it just kind of, you know, I don't even ask you guys for likes or comments, really, typically. And because my channel is like growing and I'm seeing growth and I'm seeing subscriber growth, and it just has taken off quite a bit. I guess because it's been going, I'm like, oh, okay, it's fine. I don't need to remind people. But when I look at my analytics, it kind of confirms this theory that many of you are watching me every week and you're not subscribing to my channel. You don't want to make that commitment, even though the commitment is just to touch a little button. And there's no money exchanged. It's all for free. But if you could please consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed already, or check maybe if you are subscribed. Because even though subscribers don't necessarily mean direct money, views is what gives me money. Subscriber number is what brands look for, and that helps bring those types of opportunities to me, and that helps fund the channel. So anyways, if you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. You may see me ask you this more than once towards the end of the year, because I was looking at my business goals. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta get on things. I gotta get on things because it is almost the end of the season. Okay, so I promised you a haul. So I'm gonna just hit you with a few things that you guys have not seen in footage. This adorable cross-stitch pillow is gonna be available on Etsy. This Namaji vase, this one is very large. This is gonna be available on Etsy. These are pieces that I have picked up recently that, or months ago. In this case, I've been sitting on. This one in particular, I need to get listed because, you know, we are in the fall abundance produce time, and I feel like this would be amazing to put your produce in. Or you could put, you know, ice in here and drinks and stuff for a party because it is that big. So yeah, I have been sitting on this like a dum-dum, and I need to get it listed, especially since I don't want it underneath this chair. This is where it's been stored. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that I am going to be finding around my studio space and just listing it. So I may not always show you guys. This I bought for myself because I fell in love with the honeycomb. And it is beautiful, and it has an insert to make it watertight. I was gonna keep this, I decided not to. This is available on Etsy now. And then I have more Kakeshis from that epic haul that I have cleaned up, and they are ready to go. So those will be listed. You guys sold me out of all the Kakeshis that I listed. And so I was very excited to offer more. I had time to actually clean them up, because sometimes, because they're like supposed to be like kids' toys, oftentimes kids did truly play with them, and that means there is like colored pencil on them, and there's marker on them, and crayon. And so I had to get my magic eraser out and take all that off, which, FYI, magic eraser is so amazing for getting that type of stuff off of wood. So you're gonna see a lot of like random stuff just start to get posted on Etsy. I know a lot of you have expressed how disappointed you've been to not be able to get what you wanted from the videos. And I just wanna kind of let you know a little bit of a tip. So there are a lot of buyers that as soon as they see that I've posted a video, they go to my Etsy shop before they even watch the video, because they know if they spend the time to watch the video, then that item is likely gonna be gone, because a lot of this stuff sells within 24 hours now, which is amazing. I'm so thankful. But I know it makes for a lot of disappointed viewers, which I'm sorry about that. So this is another reason why you should subscribe and hit the bell, because you'll get that automatic notification, and that can trigger you to go to my Etsy shop to make sure you get the good stuff. So there are perks to being a subscriber / bell, have that bell notification clicked, because that means you may actually get something that you really had like your hopes up for. So anyways, this stuff is going to be listed, and then I'm going to get into all the things that you saw and the epic footage I just showed you. That's going to be available on Etsy. So you guys have been basically selling me out of art as well. And this one is so adorable. This is the only one I got out of that series. When I was going back in the footage, I was like, I probably should have just picked up all of them because they were actually cute. This one being the cutest. This is going to be available on Etsy. It's not like they were that expensive. But, you know, when you start to get like a huge cart full, I immediately think, oh, should I be buying all this? And ultimately, the answer is yes. Just buy all the good stuff when you have it, because you never know when it's going to go away. This pedestal bowl I thought was lovely. It's been a while since I found an enamel brass Indian pedestal bowl like this, so I was very excited about that. This will be available on Etsy. And then speaking of brass, these candle holders I'm going to put on Etsy first, and then if not, I'll put them on in my booth. You know, we are heading into entertaining season, so this type of stuff is very, very handy for creating a tablescape. And then I also picked up, candle holders were a thing. Oh, what was I think a tag just flew off. I've never picked up pewter candle holders. I like the shape of these, and they're very solid. So we'll see how they do, like I said in the footage. I'll list them first, and if they don't sell, then I will put them in my booth and see how they do. But I know there's a lot of people that are kind of getting tired of brass. That shift hasn't completely occurred, but I'm just seeing more signs every day of people wanting the silver tones over the gold. Now, these candle holders are wild, and I didn't trust my judgment at first when I saw them, so I sent them to a friend. I'm like, what do you think of these? And he's like, you know, are they vases or are they candle holders? I'm like, they're candle holders. Like, if they're candle holders, they're rad. If they're vases, maybe not. And I agree. As a candle holder, they're very interesting. This one holding a chunkier one, and then this one holding, you know, a standard taper. So I'm going to sell these as a pair. I'm going to put them online, and we'll see how they do. They were not cheap. They were 10 a piece, which seems steep to me. So $20 for a pair. But I know that if you were to buy them right now from the person who made them, it would be radically more expensive. So we'll see how they do, because the color palette is really interesting. You have to really like that like bright cobalt blue. But yeah, I thought they were really interesting. I've never come across anything like that. And usually when that happens, I have to pick it up. So more stuff that will go in my Etsy shop. This Indian wood box. Now, usually I take these straight to my booth because they sell like hotcakes there. I sell so many boxes a month. This one being a more like interesting shape. I've never found this shape before. I thought, okay, I'll just put it up on Etsy. And then if it doesn't sell, of course, it can go immediately to my booth. Now this fish, I don't know what I'm gonna do with him, because you guys know I love fish and I collect fish, and this is a river fish, and I, honest to God, did not stage. I know sometimes people think that like influencers, content creators, or people that do any sort of videos stage certain things, because how can that actually occur? And honest to God, that one fish, when I said, it's, you know, a tropical fish, I like river fish like a trout, I had not seen this yet. I swear on my life. So I can't believe that moment actually presented in the thrift store. That is wild. So yeah, Ed Brown, thank you, from BC, Canada. He made this, painted this, and it's very good. So I think I may list it, because honestly, like, I don't know how far I want to take this fish thing, you know? And I definitely know my husband and my son are like, how many fish things do you need? You don't even fish. And I'm like, this is true. So anyway, so we'll see. Some of the other things that I need to kind of figure out, and maybe you guys can help me with this. Now, this needlepoint, I was like, what? Because anytime I can find any sort of cross-stitch needlepoint embroidery of, you know, at the thrift store, this is a happy moment. And this one, I was like, this is a lot. This is like, it's a total vibe. It's a little bit dusty and fuzzy, so I definitely need to give it a little bit of a vacuum. And there's no glass on it anymore. Not that I couldn't probably find glass easily, because this looks like a standard size. I could probably pop glass in it, like take off the back and put some glass in it. But I know a lot of people don't want glass, but usually it's when this doesn't have a mat and it's just plain. I actually haven't looked underneath. Oh yeah, it doesn't go all the way. So it definitely needs a mat. So anyways, you have to let me know. I have told you guys this many times. A lot of times people will take the glass out of a framed like embroidery needlepoint. But that's usually when the needlepoint goes all the way up to the edge. This one ends right underneath of here. That's why there is a mat. And usually your matting is not like open to the world. Usually your mat is behind glass. So that's why I'm kind of confused on this, on what I should do with it. So, you know, give me your thoughts if I should just sell it as is. But I thought it was really, really neat. It is a vibe. It is an absolute vibe. I know someone who likes that time period, like, you know, in culture will probably be excited about that. And the other amazing piece of art that I picked up, and this is going to be saved for my like Christmas drop, and I have been finding a lot of good Christmas stuff lately that I have been just squirreling away for that drop. I thought this was adorable, and it is all hand painted, which is just stunning. I can't believe it. Like the amount of like the diligence to have to do that is just like, what? So another moment for this, and I just can't believe it. So all of the napkin rings that I picked up, I'm probably going to put those in my booth rather than list them online. Napkin rings do sell online. It's totally something that people buy. I've sold many sets in the past, but I want to have like entertaining stuff in my booth to make that type of like moment in the booth. And so I think I'm going to put them there. Oh, this one piece here, I'm also kind of debating if I should list or put straight into a booth. So I may list this because it is very cool. I just love this like mustardy tone with the gray. It's just such a like interesting like color palette for it. And I like, so this right here, this brown is dirt. I should have said that on the ring. There's a lot of this, like some of this is inherent in like the clay because it's like a more stone clay, but this is dirt. So this will come off. So that's not, this here is part of the clay. So there's going to be some brown spots, but not quite like that. That's one thing about, you know, thrifting. That's gross. You just touch a lot of dirty, dirty things. Okay, so I know I'm like rapid firing through a lot of stuff. Now this piece, I actually thought I was gonna keep it because the colors are really good and I love colorful pottery. But I have since decided that I have nowhere to put it at the moment and I don't really feel like hoarding it for future Andi. So I'm gonna make this available for you guys online first and then in my booth. And it's very solid, it's very cool. It's just the glaze on it. And I love how it has almost like the Death Star. That's what it looks like to me. I feel like this looks like the Death Star. I don't know if that makes you guys like it or hate it. I don't know. I guess it'll be a mix. You know, it's just very much to me like space. I guess that's the vibe I got from it. I don't know. I don't even, you know, like Star Wars that much. I mean, I watch it, but it's not like I'm like a Star Wars fanatic. But apparently I looked at that and like, Star Wars. And then this is the sister version, which I thought was really cool. I mean, it does have, you know, this chip here. And I was asking a friend who sells a lot of pottery, and he said that, you know, for a true collector, they're not going to want any sort of chips. But for someone who's just going for decor, they won't really care because, you know, this part of the pot is whatever I feel like compared to this part with the interesting holes and details. And this is where the chip is. So I feel like you're going to display it like this rather that side. So thankfully, I love that when a chip or breakage occurs in a spot where you never intended to show anyways. So I still have so many things to show you from this haul. There's a lot that I'm gonna actually take straight to my vintage booth. I'm gonna put on the screen like that whole pile. I have it like started right over there. There's just certain things that I feel like are not worth the time to photograph, list, and ship because it's just like the amount of time versus the amount of money I would make just doesn't make sense. Now, I actually got that question recently from one of you guys. The person was like, okay, if I paid like $3 for something and it only sells for $25, is that even worth it? In a booth environment, absolutely. There are certain items that I don't make a ton of money on, but every little bit helps pay the rent. Online is a totally different story for me because online requires a staggering more amount of work per item. And so I have been trying very hard to make sure that I am not listing things below a certain dollar value. Most of the time, selling individual little items, for me, is not worth my time. But that totally depends on your budget and your income goals and how much time you have and what else you're doing. Because if you're not doing YouTube like I am, you may be willing to spend more time just selling more things. That for me, my time is better spent rather than making a couple bucks per item and do all that work. It makes more sense for me to put it somewhere, you know, else to sell it. I don't have to do anything to it. And then all that time that I saved, I can work on more YouTube videos that ultimately will make me more money. So it really just depends on so much of this job really is dependent on, you know, how much time you have, what your income goals are, where you live, etc. I kind of cover this in my most recent video in case you're like curious about like how I think about my inventory and selling as it relates to my life and standard of living and cost of living. So anyways, we're getting into the weeds. So anyways, that was a question that I got. And so this is why a lot of stuff small stuff won't go straight onto, I just got a sticker stuck to my foot, won't go on Etsy, because if I'm only making a few bucks, definitely not worth it to me. So the biggest surprise find was this Victorian looking glass, and it's very dirty. I still have to clean the magnification, but essentially what you do is you unscrew it and you put something you want to look at inside there and you cap it off, and then you can see the detail of it, which is so exciting. So if you don't have one of those smartphones that has a macro lens, this is what you would use, and they actually sell for a lot. The comps were really good, and I just had no idea that this is what this was. So I was shocked. Every once in a while, you'll find something at the thrift store and you're like, oh my gosh, that is such a special piece. And it's great because they didn't know how special it was. Woohoo! You know, that doesn't happen all the time. They are getting very wise to it. And I know many of you would say, well, that's your fault, Andi, because you're telling them how much it's worth. But I would also respond saying, I am not the first person to do this. And eBay sold have been around for decades. So that is why they know this stuff too. Now, the one piece I'm sure, I mean, at least some of you might be wondering about, because it was so good, is this piece. Now, I thought it was in perfect condition when I bought it, and then I got it home and realized someone had done a very good repair on it. And you can even see the thing they put in it to help repair the wing here, the crack. So I don't even know what that technique is when you put that in. So I don't feel like I can sell it, especially online, and ship it, because it will most definitely break in transit. And I don't feel like having the hassle with an insurance claim and a broken heart. And so I will be keeping it for now. I mean, I'm not heartbroken over it because I really loved it. And as soon as I bought it, I was like, I know some of you are going to want this so bad. And then also like, I want it really bad too, because it's so pretty and colorful and just lovely. So I think I'm going to keep this for now. You know, so lucky me, ended up being broken. So yeah, I think those are all the things I wanted to show you. Like I said, I'm going to pan around. Oh yeah, there's something like this. I have not decided on what I want to do with it or not, but it is really pretty. It may go into one of my booths. Oh, and then this, I still like the wood stuff that I got. These, including that amazing table. I need to get some wood refinishing product, and I need to like clean them up a little bit, because I think they're just a little too far, not gone, but they just look too worn to me, and more than what I can fill in with my little pens. I feel like I actually might need to spend some time cleaning them, which I'm sure you're thinking, well, great, Andi, we'll never see those again, because we know how well you like to do a project. You don't. So, oh, but one project I am working on right now, which I will show you guys if I can figure out a way to film it and photograph it, is my powdered bathroom. So the first thing we are truly renovating in this house is our powder bathroom. And so my husband has been working on that, and this is us cutting our teeth on doing anything like DIY, like woodworking. And yeah, so he's done a beautiful job, and the color we chose, like this deep denim, it looks really great. It's very small, and so it's hard to photograph, which is like the nightmare of every powder room reveal on the internet. Like, how do you even show how it looks, because of the way that it's just, anyways. So I'm going to do a gallery wall in there and some like decor stuff. The lighting situation is horrific in there. I mean, it's fine for going to the bathroom and washing your hands, but it's not great for filming. So I'll have to see if I can end up showing it to you guys in the end. I may just have to show you and just be like, warning, lighting horrible, angles horrible, not professionally done. But I know that people like to see, you know, DIY transformations and stuff. So, so this is where we actually like did stuff, not just like painted and hung things. We actually like did stuff in this room. And I can't wait to put artwork up and some of the pieces I've been holding on to for this project. Just, yeah, very excited about it. So we're actually accomplishing something in the house. That is the hardest part about having a fixer-upper home, is like when you're both like working full time, when you're trying to be present for your child. It's just like, you don't want to spend every weekend working on your house or evenings, but that's the only way to get stuff done unless you pay people to do it. And, you know, we got quotes and they were like, ugh! So that's why we're doing it ourselves. Anyways, thank you if you made it this far in the video. So I can't wait to see you in my next video. A lot of fun things coming up. I'm going to get back to my Goodwill circuit now that the summer is basically over. I don't have a ton more traveling to do except for in September I'm going to the Etsy headquarters in New York. So if you saw that post on Instagram that is happening, I feel like I didn't share that with you guys. I'll have to do a bigger announcement earlier in the video so more people see it, because I'm not sure how many of you have hung on this long. So anyways, more on that coming up. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. Anything that's listed, link down below. And please remember to subscribe. Pretty please. Thank you so much. Take care.